ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। ॐ सच्चिदानन्दरूपाय विश्वोत्पत्त्यादिहेतवे तापत्रय विनाशाय श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नमः। ॐ निगमकल्पतरोर्गलितं फलं शुकमुखादमृतद्रवसंयुतं पिबत भागवतं रसमालयं मुहुरहो रसिका भुवि भावुकाः। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्यखिलशक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना अन्यांश्च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यं। समस्तदेवताभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो नमः। श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराण आचार्येभ्यो नमः। परब्रह्मणे महाविष्णवे ब्रह्मणे सनकादिमुनिभ्यो नारदाय वेदव्यासाय शुकब्रह्मर्षे सूतमहामुने शौनकादिऋषिभ्यो अत्र्यादिऋषिभ्यो प्रह्लादादिभक्तजनेभ्यो आदित्यादिनवग्रहदेवताभ्यो दशदिक्पालेभ्यो नमो नमः। ॐ अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। ॐ श्रीकृष्ण परब्रह्मणे नमः। श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराणम् एकादश स्कन्धः मुक्तिः हित्वान्यथा रूपम स्वरूपेण व्यवस्थितिः। अथ द्वाविंशोऽध्यायः। श्रीभगवानुवाच। Chant from 36 just for chanting sake. 36. We have seen up to 46th mantra, but we'll chant everything. Because this portion is so good, so complete, so important. मनः कर्ममयं नॄणाम् इन्द्रियैः पञ्चभिर्युतं लोकालोकं प्रयाति अन्यः आत्मा तदनुवर्तते ध्यायन्मनोनुविषयान् दृष्टान् वानुश्रुतानथ उद्यत्सीदत् कर्मतन्त्रं स्मृतिस्तदनुशाम्यति विषयाभिनिवेशेन नात्मानं यत्स्मरेत् पुनः जन्तोर्वै कस्यचित् हेतोः मृत्युरत्यन्तविस्मृतिः जन्म तु आत्मतया पुंसः सर्वभावेन भूरिदा विषयस्वीकृतिं प्राहुः यथा स्वप्नमनोरथः स्वप्नं मनोरथं चेत्थं प्राक्तनं न स्मरत्यसौ तत्र पूर्वमिवात्मानम् अपूर्वं चानुपश्यति इन्द्रियायन सृष्ट्येदं त्रैविध्यं भाति वस्तुनि बहिरन्तर्भिदा हेतुः जनो सज्जनकृत् यथा नित्यदा हि अङ्गभूतानि भवन्ति न भवन्ति च कालेनालक्ष्यवेगेन सूक्ष्मत्वात् तत् न दृश्यते यथा ऋचिषां स्रोतसां च फलानां वा वनस्पतेः तथैव सर्वभूतानां वयोवस्थादयः कृताः सोऽयं दीपोऽर्चिषां यद्वत् स्रोतसां तदिदं जलं सोऽयं पुमान् इति नृणां मृषा कीर्तिर्मृषायुषां मा स्वस्य कर्मबीजेन जायते सोऽप्ययं पुमान् म्रियते वामरो भ्रान्त्या यथाग्निर्दारुसंयुतः निषेकगर्भजन्मानि बाल्यकौमारयौवनं वयो मध्यं जरामृत्युः इत्यवस्थाः तनोर्नव एता मनोरथमयीः यन्यस्योच्चावचास्तनोः गुणसङ्गादुपादत्ते क्वचित् कश्चित् जहाति च आत्मनः पितृपुत्राभ्याम् अनुमेयौ भवाप्ययौ न भावाप्ययवस्तूनाम् अभिज्ञोद्वयलक्षणः तरोर्बीजविपाकाभ्यां यो विद्वान् जन्म संयमौ तरोर्विलक्षणः द्रष्टा एवं द्रष्टा तनोः पृथक् प्रकृतेरेवमात्मानम् अविविच्याबुधः पुमान् तत्त्वेन स्पर्शसम्मूढः संसारं प्रतिपद्यते सत्त्वसङ्गात् ऋषीन् देवान् रजसासुरमानुषान् तमसा भूततिर्यक्त्वं भ्रामितो याति कर्मभिः नृत्यतो गायतः पश्यन् यथैवानुकरोति तान् एवं बुद्धिगुणान् पश्यन् अनीहोऽप्यनुकार्यते यथाम्भसा प्रचलता तरवोऽपि चला इव चक्षुषा भ्राम्यमाणेन दृश्यते भ्रमतीव भूः यथा मनोरथधियः विषयानुभवो मृषा स्वप्नदृष्टाश्च दाशार्ह तथा संसार आत्मनः अर्थे हि अविद्यमानेऽपि संसृतिर्न निवर्तते ध्यायतो विषयान् अस्य स्वप्नेनर्थागमो यथा तस्मात् उद्धवमाभुङ्क्ष्व विषयान् असदिन्द्रियैः आत्माग्रहणनिर्भातं पश्य वैकल्पिकं भ्रमं क्षिप्तो वमानितो असद्भिः प्रलब्धो सूयितो तवा ताडितः सन्निबद्धो वा वृत्त्या वा परिहापितः निष्ठितो मूत्रितो वाग्न्यैः बहुधैवं प्रकम्पितः श्रेयस्कामः कृच्छ्रगतः आत्मनात्मानमुद्धरेत् उद्धव उवाच यथैव मनुबुध्येयं वदनो वदतां वर सुदुःसहमिमं मन्ये आत्मन्यसदतिक्रमं विदुषाम् अपि विश्वात्मन् प्रकृतिर्हि बलीयसी ऋते त्वद्धर्मनिरतान् शान्तांस्ते चरणालयान् इति श्रीमद्भागवते महापुराणे पारमहंस्यां संहितायाम् एकादशस्कन्धे द्वाविंशोऽध्यायः। ओम शांति शांति शांतिः। ओम श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम, श्री भागवत शरणं मम, श्री सद्गुरु शरणं मम, श्री सूत शरणं मम, श्री सुखदेव शरणं मम, श्री व्यास शरणं मम, श्री नारद शरणं मम, श्री कुमार शरणं मम, श्री ब्रह्मा शरणं मम, श्री विष्णु शरणं मम, श्री परब्रह्म शरणं मम, श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम, शरणं मम, शरणं मम। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे, श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव। ओम मूकं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवं। स्वर्गे सत्ये च कैलासे वैकुण्ठे नास्ति अयं रसः, अतः पिबन्तु सद्भाग्याः मामुञ्जदकरहिजद। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम मूकं करोति। ओम श्रीकृष्ण परब्रह्मणे नमः। श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराणमेकादश स्कन्धः। मुक्तिर्हित्वान्यथा रूपं स्वरूपेण व्यवस्थितिः। अथ द्वाविंशोऽध्यायः। श्रीभगवानुवाच। Let us salute the Lord Krishna and all Bhagavata Acharya, Guru Parampara and all avatars and all bhaktas, in order that we invoke grace of Bhagavan Krishna, without which we can't even chant one mantra of the Bhagavatam. We invoke His special blessings from now onwards, that, O Lord, may we exactly understand what you are intending us to understand through this Bhagavata Upadesha. May we be fully convinced about it. May we also practice it and come to the experience of liberation as you are asking us to reach to. May you bless us. May we become fit enough to be blessed. May we be matured enough to receive and make use of those blessings. Having saying so, Om Shri Krishna Parabrahmane Namaha. Let us chant this mantra 11 times. Om Shri Krishna Parabrahmane Namaha. 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 We are into this 11th Skandha, 22nd chapter, which is giving us some blatant facts which are tough to listen, understand, digest, and accept because they will disturb our vyavahara. But the fact is, unless the vyavahara is disturbed and dissolved, the absolute cannot be gained. Do you want absolute or not? If you want it, we should rise above this vyavahara. That's why the intermediate stage of totally withdrawing from vyavahara, both by transcending all our apekshas from vyavahara as well as dharma in the vyavahara, what are duties, that we will be given these subtle secrets. Otherwise, we are all having the bounden duties as well as the expectations of kamana of the jagat, and then this jnanam is given, we get confused. Just like the patient is made operation worthy first, then he is given that treatment of operation. So, to the operation worthy of discovering the self is to be able to withdraw from the world, both from the dharma standpoint as well as the kama krodha standpoint. First, you get rid by getting out of all your expectation from world. How to do that? That's what we are studying in all shastra from such long time. Then, as Krishna Bhagavan says, Sarvadharman Parityaja, in that way also we transcend from all Jiva Dharma, Deha Dharma, Mana Dharma, Indriya Dharma, all. At that moment, these Mahavakya type of knowledges are given. Again, as I said, it is very tough even to digest. So, what is said so far is, see, these 4 5 things we have to understand thoroughly in Vedanta. Also understand their role, their play, their placement. One is the Parabrahma Tattvam. Second is the Atma Tattvam. Third is the Jiva Tattvam. Fourth is the Maya Tattvam. Fifth is the Vasana Tattvam. Sixth is all these Dehendriya Manabuddhyadi Upadhi. Seventh is the outer world of name and form, which are full of Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. Then, how the samsara for a jiva is happening, and how the jiva has to get out of that samsara, and what is the meaning of death, what is the meaning of birth, what is the meaning of the transmigration, how long, how to end. These are the 10 12 things that are exhaustively explained by Bhagavan Krishna here. Paraksha Rupena, but you have to be very, very careful about it. One of the highlights in this is what? Ki the Maya Kruta Mana Upadhi is doing everything. Then, with that, the one who is identified is Jiva, is a choice. Like in me, with that person is a friend. This friend in me is a choice to me, and he is no entity. Yet, he can express through me by being a friend to that person, by expressing all the friendly activities and attitudes. With all the activities of friendliness or friendship I conduct with him, yielding variety of results also. Yet, it is choice only, the friend in me, as well as it is not real. I am real. Is it not? I, the man, is real. Friend is imagined. Friend is conducted. Friend has got all the experiences as he conducted. All of them are appearing to be real in that imaginary world. That's why you did it. If I have him as friend, he will help me. Because you needed some help, then you needed him to be friend, then you acted as a friend. In actual reality, all of them are not required, not there. But we imagine all the requirements or necessities, then we involve in them. At any moment, you can withdraw the friend into oneself. In the same way, the jiva is who is identifying with these upahadikrita karma. Then is the upadhi doing something by itself? It is jada. No, they are not doing again. Yet you can say it as the Ishvara Maya for the samashti sake of that is happening. Then the other relation is what? The jiva is vasanas and his upadhin is karma. They have related. They are related. Because he has vasanas, he will have sankalpa. Because sankalpa, he will have to do the work. And to do the work, he is given the upadhi. Main point is what? As a set of all this, the vasanas, the jiva bhava, the upadhi, and the tadatma with upadhi, then expecting something from world and doing karma. All this and getting karma phala. All this put together is bondage. That we have to very clearly perceive. Then where we have to start our work and where we have to cut it asunder, all that we must learn and try doing. But why all that has to be done? To experience the essential real self, which is said by Shastra as Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam or Anandam. And every one of us are seeking that only. We all are like the rubber bands. When you stretch it and hold it, as long as you hold it, within it there is always a tension to come back to its normal position. In the entire universe also, everything wants to go back to its normal original position only. You and I have come from Atma Bhava into Jiva Bhava, Atma Anubhava to Jiva Bhava, and every moment the Jiva's tadup is only to go back to himself. That's why he seeks eternity. That the eternity is the Satvastu or Satta, he is the Lakshana of the Atma only. Every time the Jiva wants to know everything. That knowingness or the knowledge is the Chid aspect of the Atma Vastu. And he is seeking Sukha, Ananda, pleasure with every activity. That is its own nature, Ananda Swarupa. But the point is what he is wanting is correct. But where he is seeking them is wrong. That is called the ignorance. That's what in simple sentence said by the Upanishad Kara, na asti akrutaha krutena. Is it not? By searching the thing which you want in a place where it is not available, you will not only not get it, you will not only be disappointed, but your entire time energy is wasted. This is what the entire Shastra is saying. Therefore, what you are seeking is you only. But then what is the obstruction? You have taken up some other form as a jiva. And you are sustaining it through the upadhi. And the upadhinas are strong because it's involvement in the world. Involvement in the world is very strong because you took it as reality. And that you followed by the other blind people. Other people who are taking the world as real, using the upadhis to fulfill their desires, have become your gurus. Therefore, obviously, when you don't get exposed to a higher truth, you take whatever is living as a truth only and you follow. Every one of us are doing that. But that's the golden day where we find the Guru in our life who tells us, yes, ab nahi hai betha, this is not the way. These are all binding. This is where is liberation. But because of our habit of this sort, for a long time we don't believe Guru. We don't listen to Guru. We don't try to lift our mind to his understanding. Rather, we compare him with our understanding. Wherever they match, then we agree. Wherever it doesn't match, we disagree with him. We agree with ours only. This goes through for many lives. That the pure truth with all its sadhana, though the Guru is speaking with all his love and compassion, still I don't agree. Still I don't accept. Because of the inability of the subtlety of intellect to comprehend, and also we are into this world by various means, by the pulls and pushes and obligations or duties or कुछ भी कहो हम इसको छोड़कर नहीं जाना चाहिए. Like a person who is not in the class. Now, how many reasons can be there? 100 reasons. Reasons may be 100, but he has not come to class. In the same way, reasons may be 1,000, but we don't want to come out of the Jagat Vyavahara Samsara Jiva into the spirituality. Then that goes on. And while doing so, sometimes the pull comes this side, and many times you are there, and that goes on adding to the frustration, dukkha. Then one day you decide, let me try that one. When you want to try this one, still this troubles. But the want to try this one and become stronger and stronger, I start withdrawing from it, and slowly it stops troubling you. Then the other aspects of Guru Krupadi, Ishwara Krupadi, Upasana Bala, then Indriyamano Buddhadi Niyantrana practices in which the yoga sadhanas are there. They all sub milkar, they all add to the sadhana, which are so very essential at every moment. So right now I am a jiva. In fact, I am at this very moment, I am this self. But in this jiva bhava, I am strongly rooted. Because of the power of ignorance, the power of vasanas, the power of habits, the power of outer expressions. When all of them are unpowered or they are weakened through various sadhana, then I can slowly trace back myself to my original essential self. To get out of all these powerful pulls only, all these sadhanas are done. And one of the most important sadhana is regular exposing to the truth or the self or reality. That's why Adi Shankar Bhagavan, in all the Prakarana Granthas of Vedanta, he has given more than 100 of them or whatever number. In every one of them, he shows us how to do the Nisheda of the Anatma and Vidhi of the Atma, or Vetireka of the Anatma, Anvaya of the Atma. You see in the morning class, Nirvana Manjari, Shivoham, Shivoham. That Shiva is me, not this, not this. That has to become a habit. Till every thought of this Anatma Nirmulana and Atma Stapana goes deep into our heart, removes from the root whatever the Anatma Adhyasas, Tadatmyas are there. करना पड़ता है from the root. Any problem in the world, you have to uproot it from the root level, no? Whether it is corruption, dishonesty, laziness, ghotala, all of them are rooted so strongly. How can the society grow? Immoralities, unethics, you have to go to the roots, where from they are being promoted. Whether it's education system, family members, media, all other things. हर जगह को निकाल दो, then it will go away. So too, in us also, where are the roots for all this? When we inquire, reach there and remove from that, then it slowly goes away. The Shastras, the Vedanta Granthas, and these Granthas teach us, explain to us, guide us, empower us, train us to do all this. Now, in the mantra, we have seen yesterday 42 Nityadahi Anga Bhutani Bhavanti Nabhavanti Cha Kalena Alaksha Vegena. These are all very terrible, powerful truths which cannot be spoken in the public. What is said here? Every body is every moment is born and dying with the power of the Kala. It's a fact. But the Kala being so subtle and the birth and death being so subtle, it doesn't appear to be happening as if. Some of us, even though listen in classes, still we don't want to accept it because अच्छा है क्या मैं कल अलग हूँ आज अलग हूँ मैं so फिर मैं कैसा रहेगा we want that continuity. That's what is said in the next few shlokas. What is to be broken is jiva bhava. How do you break the jiva bhava? Like in politics they do, by breaking it into pieces. How do you do? By breaking the continuity. Isn't it with anybody you want to disconnect? You break the continuity of communication. Slowly, all the connections go away. In the same way, jiva actually is pseudo, but still so substantially he is experienced because of the continuum of the experiencers in us who are dying with every experience. But the speed is so fast that we think that this is continuous. But if you can break this one, then jiva dissolves. But it's a very bhayankar experience. Unless we seek the truth and understand thoroughly about the truth, and also know that I have to experience my truth, and for that the Jiva Bhava is an obstacle. For that sake, I am removing it. If these clarities are not there, then breaking that continuum of the Jiva becomes a very frightening, threatening experience. क्योंकि कोई अस्तित्व नहीं रहेगा मेरा अब. Is it not? When one becomes thorough, like I have seen a table. So the seer in me is born. Who is he? Seer of the table. Then I have seen a fan. The table changed, fan changed. So see, experience of table changed, experience of the fan came. When the table changed to fan, then experience of table changed to experience of fan. Experiencer also changed because they are one set. But the experiences all look alike. Therefore, the continuity as if creates an existing entity called Jiva. But where from all these one after other triputis are happening? The conscious self behind, which is supporting all these three. And the continuity of the conscious self is borrowed by the Jiva, and he thinks I am same. Unfortunately, he tries to have same experience with the same object, but object already changed, conditions already changed. Therefore, whatever the experience is seeking, it is not coming. Therefore, he is struggling to repeat experience, getting continuously the frustration or disappointment. That is a jiva. That is you and me. So these are all very subtle truths. Who can contemplate on them? That one is very deep, when is very quiet in his mind, who is withdrawn from the world, who's taken it as a challenge that I want to break all these shackles once for all. Where exactly is the problem root? How to eliminate it from there? The one who has these type of higher, pursuits, he alone can do it. The one who wants the things of the world, the people of the world, he is a very samsari. He can't even think about these things. He only pursues like outside only. Is it not? A dog or cat running out only for the food. उसको बिठा के if you want to teach Bharatanatyam, Bharatanatyam, it will not learn. It is only looking for the food. We all are looking for Shabda Sparsa Ropana Sagandha. And if we are taught this knowledge, हमको नहीं चाहिए, we are busy, happy there, we say. And those were the days Satyuga where people were very familiar all that. Who is Paramatma, who is Jivatma, who is Dehatma, whose position is what, ऐसा इतना पक्का थे. And in Kali Yuga, everybody Deho हम. Nobody even understand that they are Jiva. Don't want to. Anyway, so yatharshisham srotasam cha phalanam va vanaspatehe tatha eva sarvabhutanam vayovastadayah krataha. So the kala is as it is creating the fire's arrival, growth and disappearance along with the indhana. So to the water's arrival and disappearance. Then fruits coming, ripening and going away. In the same way, in the Kala Prabhava, these dehas are born, they are grown, they are disappearing. And in between the birth and disappearance, all this variety of, whether you call the different avasthas of the deha and modification of the deha and vikaras of the deha, avasthas are balya kumar ityadi. Modifications according to avasthas. Vikaras are sometimes weak, sometimes healthy, sometimes energetic, non-energetic, sometimes disease, sometimes healthy. These are all the vikaras. They all are coming and going away in time. Time is doing all that in every deha. And to identify with those, the one who says it is me is called Jiva. And there is another entity always in me who is Sakshi, both for the Kalam, both for the Kalas, this action of bringing all this birth to the death changes in Upadhi. But that we, though are aware, but that awareness is not allowed to become predominant. The fellow, the one who identifies with them, pushes this fellow called awareness, and he only acts seriously, acts more aggressively by saying all that are happening to Upadhi are happening to. But if you can make that identifying fellow quietened and this awareness fellow is made predominant, At that very moment, you can see prakrute guna karmani prakrute karmani kremanani sarvashaha, then ahankara vimudatma kartaha iti manyate. This sloka is so clearly understood. Because of Prakriti's gunas, the karmas are happening. I am only witness. That what is said in Gita, Bhagavan Krishna, that will be understood by us. In fact, every sloka of Gita and Bhagavatam are experiences, not a theory, not an information. And unless they are experienced as experiences, they won't bless us to get freed from any of the bondages. Every sloka of our Shastra is Anubhuti. Such a mantras or slokas. Whether about tattva, whether they are about being a devotee, whether they are about the values, वो सब अनुभव करना है, सिर्फ सुनना समझना बहुत कम मदद करता है. Okay, now सोयम दीपोर्चिषाम यद्वतो स्रोतसाम तदिदम जलम सोयम पुमानिति नृणाम मृषाखीर्दीर्मृषायुषाम. This is what we shared in the beginning of class today. So though the fire is every moment changing with the fuel, but we say it is same, especially in the lamp. One from 2 hours the lamp is burning. I poured so much of oil, we say. But the oil is changing, the wick is burnt. Flames is every micro moment the flame is changing depending on the oil. That subtlety we don't have to gather it. We can't gather it. It's not the same lamp which is lit. The flame of the lamp is not same the very next moment, because the consumed oil is different. When the consumed oil is different, how can you say the flame is same? But the consumption of oil, then the burning of the flame of the lamp is so continuous. That continuity, though so fast, that so fastness gives the sense of continuity. And it is utilized also because the lamp is continuously burning, so you are able to see the things continuously. And that is only a mechanism. What's mechanism? The oil being so viscous, unbroken, unlike water, that is being sucked by the wick continuously, unbroken, because the oil is unbroken. The continuous supply of oil is going on. Therefore, the wick is continuously burning. That facility is used by the human being for using the oil for the lamp. Same thing if it is done with other material, it won't happen. But that while giving us the benefit of a lamp of light, what it has done is a notion that the lamp is continuously burning. And we all agree to that. Because with that we are getting continuous benefits. So to everywhere. Like I am continuously talking. I'm not continuously talking. At every letter I am changing. So to the electricity. Say not the same electricity continuously flowing. Every moment with the glow of the bulb, it is different. He gave this. Deepaha Archa. So Saha Ayam Deepaha Archisham. Same flame of that lamp. Yadvat Srotasam Tadidam Jalam. See the water of the river. We talk it as same. Kab ka chala gaya. That is why you have never seen the wall in the same light second time. You have never taken bath in the same river second time. Though you are taking bath in the same river from last 30 years. Because the water is continuously flowing. बट हमने मैं डेली 30 साल से नदी में नहाया ऐसा हाँ वही वाला कौन से नदी गंगा नदी इज गॉन वेयर इज इट you have to break those continuity shackles to go beyond the illusory jiva into the permanent self. It is one of the prakriya inevitable at one stage or the other of adhyatmic sadhana. Sometime or the other. It's very useful. If one really wants to come out of his misery, he should break these shackles. How can I be miserable continuously for the incidences which have happened in the past? That person, along with the incident, is dead and gone. Just because the memory of that is there, how can I continue to be miserable along with that experience of that time even now? But the continuation of the happiness seeking, no, makes the misery also continuous. Therefore, to get rid of the continuance of the misery, you should get out of the seeking of happiness also continuous. एक के साथ दूसरा आ जाता है, वो एक छोड़ोगे तो दूसरा ही छोड़ना पड़ता है. But what is the meaning? You have to also give up your remembrance of Sukha Anubhava and becoming Sukhi. Then only you can give up the Dukkha Anubhavas as dead and gone and then stop becoming Dukhi. एक को पकड़ा दूसरा फ्री में मिलता है. तो छोड़ो कल की बातें, कल की बात पुरानी is very powerful, that much. Sentence. Next one. Soyam pumaniti nunam rusha gihi dhihi rusha ayusha. Their bodies are false only. Their wrong conviction also there is false only. Then in this way only, they are just from birth to the death, living a miserable life as a jiva and wasting the time, not discovering their self. That is the meaning of this shloka. Very clear. And this cannot be publicly shared. It's your own personal knowledge, personal sadhana. What is continuous, what is not continuous. Not continuous is these triputis. Means they are one after the other being changed, continuously changing. But in and through every triputi, who is there is Shuddha Atmavastu. The consciousness is continuous. Not the trio of experiencer, experience do, experiencing. But the experiencer being very close to conscious self, this self's continuity is taken by the experiencer and he is called as Jiva. The pseudo continuity is called Jiva. If you break the continuity, there is no Jiva. Then it is not enough. You have to see who is continuous. It is Atma. And from that standpoint, it is said, in my presence, infinite worlds are coming and going. Coming, staying and going. देखो, that staying is only preparation for going. It's not staying as it is. That also, according to this shloka, is wrong. Even a mountain, you may see it from 1,000 years there. It is not the same every moment. every moment. काल का ये शक्ति है, किसी भी चीज को यथातथ रहने नहीं देता और हर एक चीज को अपने अंत के तरफ ही ले जाता रहता है. Because that is what the kala's karma work. And the other aspect of kala is to manifest which are unmanifest. Everywhere you see. The unmanifest leaves manifest in time. The manifest leaves get dried up and fall. Unmanifest trees get manifested through seeds. Manifest seeds get broken through tufan or somebody cuts it. The unmanifest jiva enters the body and is born. And the fellow who is troubling the world for the last 90 years, pshik, chala gaya. Think about these things more and more. This is Vedanta, this is philosophy. And just in this aspect, when you deeply become contemplative, that itself sorts out all the misunderstandings. This is called a Jnana Marga, Vicharana Marga. Then in that inquiry, like in your own personal inquiry of your own behavior, it sorts out all the answer, questions and problems because you start understanding what is going wrong. That I am only going wrong in my inner feeling, inner emotion, inner attitude, inner expectation. Therefore, problem. इंक्वायरी शुरू करो, हर एक बंदा ठीक सीधा हो जाता है. सेल्फ इंक्वायरी. We generally do inquiry about others, we blame others and we try to rectify others. But when I inquire, why the people don't like me or hate me, inquire. You know inside, you can't find the answer outside. Because outer world is a replica, reflection of resonance or echo of what you are. Is it not? Sometimes you may be too good that the world may not receive you. They don't deserve you. Like somebody is only talking Paramatma, Paramatma. Others who are so worldly, they don't like him. They don't go to him. That's not wrong for him. He's doing good job. He's protecting himself from all nonsense people. Some other time, 100,000 people are around me. Doesn't mean that I'm doing good thing. All fools are around me because I'm entertaining them. So that's different parameter to measure. But how and why it happens, inquire. That's the point. Now he says, Ma swasya karma bijena jayate sopyayam puman priyate vamaro bhrantya yathaagnir daru samyutaha. So, interesting point. Because of the vasanas, karma, samskaras, upadhis also are born, jiva bhava also is born, jiva sthadatma also is born. All of them are because of karma samskara. But in the absence of those karma samskara, all of them are not there. That's what he says. Swasya karma bhijena jayate saha apyayam puman mriyateva. But in reality, he is amaraha. But bhrantya jayate mriyate, it is thought. Like example is yatha agnihi daru samyutaha. When the wood is added, the fire is born and blazing. Then the wood gets burnt as ashes, the fire goes away. Fire never came and fire never went. Fire is always permanent. It manifested and unmanifested because of fuel. So the one who manifests and unmanifests is called jiva because of fuel of vasanas. The fire is the self inside, which is always there. And it is an अव्यक्त रूप. फायर को अव्यक्त रूप में ही होना पड़ता है. वो व्यक्त हो गए तो जलता रहता है. Imagine. Like for 1 month, all nowadays, because of summer, every day you will listen some or the other forest fires. The other day in one of those places, huge winds and expanding the fire to such an extent that they are not able to find a means to quench it. Fire cannot be manifested continuously. Its original status is being unmanifest. Same way, the original state of the self is being self only. It cannot be not self. You have to discover it in that way only. For that, you have to reject all the not self. The not self is the jiva. Now we understood. What is that? So many things we understood. Jiva is only a bhava of continuation of experiencers. Okay? Then why all of that happening? Again, because of vasanas and prakriti. Then how to get out of it? Non-jivas we practice more and more do. How to do that? What adds to that is what? Don't bring the past issues into the present. Don't imagine project in the future. In the present also, while the things are happening in and around you, use your intellect and mind to do the things in best manner. Yes, yet continuously in a corner of mind, maintain that you're only an onlooker, a sakshi. This is what Lord Krishna did. In his presence, everything happened. He remained only a sakshi throughout. Whether he played with the Gwala Bala, whether he played with the Gopikas, whether he did so many yuddhas and killed so many Rakshasas, so many wives, his women he married and he got, he didn't do anything. They wanted it, it happened. इनके दृष्टि से उन्होंने कुछ नहीं किया. Very subtle it is. In the presence of Paramatma. Anyway, now Nisheka Garbha Janmani Balya Kaumara Yauvanam Vayo Madhyam Jara Mrityo Iti Avastaha Tano Nava. These are the 9 avasthas happen to the body, which cannot be avoided of any body. Every body, body. Then the one who conceptualizes as if they are mine, immediately he becomes jiva. Like the car. Is it not? अरे यार किसी ने ठोक दिया कार को. Is it not? ऐसा है क्या? लोग पागल लोग होते हैं. Why would they put the car in that way कि it is available for ठोकने का? Why can't they park in right place? This fellow tells the one who told it. Then he says, अरे नहीं, it is your car. The moment it is said, he will drop whatever the files he was holding in the hand and working in the office. He will run to that one. Is it not? With so much of anxiety, fear, dukkha, he goes, abhi kharida maine, with so much of loans bought or taken from here and there. So the hitting of the car is not problem. The notion that it is mine. And when he reaches there and sees in that parking lot, the car is banged by something else. He finds that it is the car of his bitter enemy, a mano. He'll celebrate only. He will enjoy it. अच्छा हो गया मैंने ठोकना चाहा लेकिन थैंक गॉड मेरे प्रार्थना ये फल लाभ भगवान ने आंसर दी कि किसी ने ठोक दी. He will silently go away. See, the car ठोकना is an incident happened in the world. But three levels of experiences. One, a philosopher came out when he said they should have parked it properly. A frustrated fellow came out, dukhi, because when it was told it is his car. Then a happy person came out when it is its enemy's car. Is it not? You have to be very observant about all these things. In the same way, in the Prakriti, this Deha is having 9 stages because of Prakriti. Nisheka, Garbha, Janma, Balya, Kaumara, Yavana, then what are the other ones? Vayo, Madhyam, Jara, Mrityu, iti avastha tanoho nava. They are the 9 stations of the body, not of me. If you think me, you have become Jiva. Is it not? Therefore, minimize identity with them. Maintain that dignity. Then you will be very less miserable because of all those. And as we said now, if you seek one, the other one comes. If you seek sukha from them, the dukkha also comes from them. You can't expect one and drop other. A sukha dukkha is two sides of one coin. Always remember. That's not only with every person. किसी बंदे से आप सुख चाहते हो, अब मानो या मानो, जानो या जानो, उसी बंदे से आपको दुख भी मिलेगा. This is not, but my pastor never made me miserable, Swami. Throughout, he took care of me. Now, what happened? He died. Now, you will be miserable till you die. He did not make you miserable while he was alive, but after his death, you will be miserable till you die. Because you remember every time ना कि उन्होंने मुझे इतना प्यार दिया, ये दिया, अब कोई कैसे मैं क्या करूं? That also dukkha, from that source only it came. याद रखना. So these are the 9 avasthas to the deha. Means what? We have to be very careful here. Therefore, we can't avoid them. They are like that. Every, even small microbe also, elephant also, hippopotamus also, and human body also. 9 avastha. And the last one is it dies, disappears. Gone. हो गया इसका. They are the 9 avastha. After dead, the same body is not born again. From the Panchamahabhutas, the mixture is made. Another body suitable to that jiva is given for eking out his prarabdha. Now, eta manorathamaihi अन्यस्योच्चावचास्तनोः गुणासङ्गादुपादते क्वचित् कश्चित् जहाति च. So, it is a very crucial shloka. Here is answer given to all questions. First and foremost क्या है? एता मनोरथो मयि अन्यस्य देहस्य उच्चावचः तनुः. So the births of the body, their growth and their death, all of them are just happening in the Prakriti only. First point. Self is always detached from that. But the one who is with his ignorance of his self, when he is identifying with the gunakarya of the deha, so then he is thinking that they are all his own. Oh. And when he keeps on contemplating with the guidance of Guru all the time, one day slowly he will detach from them. The moment he detaches, is no more jiva. That is called lastly kvachita guna sangad upadatte kvachitu, and then jahati cha. When after many lives of study, shravanam, mananam, chintanam, kar ke, so many lives, then that sangha when he gives up, then he is no more jiva. So Atma, Prakriti, Upadhi, modification, the Upadhi, Jiva. These 4. In the Atma, there is no modification. It is me. Prakriti's nature itself is to manifest the Upadhi and Apart, along with Prakriti, is the Kala, it goes on bringing changes in those Upadhi. The one who identifies with them, he is called Jiva. For long time, he identifies. Then, two things there. The two reasons for identification are one, ignorance of his essential self. And how and with what he will identify is the created vasanas in him. And one of the high level spiritual sadhana, which is not indicated or recommended to everyone, is what? Even to reject the vasanas, which is very difficult. They're so forceful, powerful, they fall on you how much you try to reject. One among millions can reject them. Others will have to work out only those vasanas. Some through bhakti, some through karma yoga, some ashtanga, many of them through going through the prarabdha. That's what takes lot of time. And you go on killing terrorists in Kashmir border, but those fellows are keeping on producing the terrorists. It's an endless battle. So too, we are exhausting vasanas through variety of karma, yoga. But newer ones also, if we go on creating, then it is an endless samsara. Like you're pouring millions of rupees for purifying Ganga. And again, you are impurifying also by letting all factory waste to enter it. All your effort is going on happening, but without the actual result gained. As much important is to purify Ganga, is important it not to allow to impurify. So, to as much it is important to exhaust the vasana, equally important are not to create new ones. Then only one day the end of the existing vasanas happen. Then you are not forced to become jiva by identifying the upadhis and their modification. Then it is easy for you, oh, this is what me is, to experience this self. So, eta manortamayihi अन्यस्य उच्चावचस्तनोः गुणसंगाद उपादत्ते क्वचित कच्चित जहाति च. So this gunasangad means because his own vasanas, he takes the modifications of the upadhis as his own. Now that's why when the Sthitaprajna Lakshanas are told, one of the things told are what? He just knows Indriyas are working in the Indriyartha. Naturally, in the Indriyartha, Indriyas, the conscious self is helping by being present. So remain as that conscious self as a Sakshi. I am not involved in them, which is very tough because the habit of identifying quickly, like the one who continuously identifies with the affairs and or fightings of everyone, for him to say, भाई तुम चुप रहो, वो कहते कैसे मैं रहूं, मैं नहीं रह सकता, नहीं रहना चाहिए, मैं इन्वॉल्व ही होना है करके ही says. In the same way, without involving in them, we are helplessly becoming victimized by them. When we learn the art slowly of not, and it won't happen straight away. Slowly, when we cut short all the absolutely unnecessary things, our involvement in them. Involvement is a habit which creates a wrong experience or thing to us. We start involving in everything. For example, a TV. What are happening in TV? Is there in 1% useful thing? But has it not become a habit to us? But this habit of involving in the unnecessary thing makes us involve in so many unnecessary things also because of habit. Involving is a habit. एक बार हो गया तो सब में होते हो. बट जहाँ बेकार है उससे काटना शुरू करो, then you can cut off from other also. All other things. No, is it teaching as culture or a tradition or a patriotism? And whoever, whether they are political leaders kaho, kuch bhi kaho, are they Brahmagnani or what? Are they Atmagnani or what? And the things they talk or they discuss has got any of the spiritual help for us, I am saying. It can be entertainment to the entertain. That's what I am saying, no? किसके लिए कह रहे हैं बात आप समझ लेना. But it has become a habit for us daily on करो and सुनो what is happening in the whole country, nation. And on the name of, no, I must become aware of all that. You are doing nothing there. See the understanding? In the same way, in all other involvements, things also happening, we involve and we comment, we identify, we become frustrated. These two, involving in the things on the name of entertainment, involving in the things on the name of duty or whatever you say, makes us involve also with all the modifications that are happening in Upadhi. The first guy, what is to be learned there? It all the three places, according to our dharma and sadhana. How much ever the involvement is required, do it and yet don't get identified. करना था इसलिए किया, उसमें ही उसका काम हो गया. किस लिए करना अभी बात क्वेश्चन नहीं है. I had to do the what I did, not for expecting anything. That way, when you can live for a long time, then what has to happen through us will happen, no other extra. And even that which is happening also will not create any dent in me. The very like the satsang has to happen through me. Let it happen. Other than that, what's its consequence? It let Ishvara do it. Let him do. वो है ना उनको तो छोड़ो काम दो. Why do we make him बेरोजगार? Then there's no samsara in me. In even this doing also when I offer it to him. Action is happening regularly. Yet the karta, the karma phala bhokta, the jiva, ये दोनों मिलकर जीव कहते हैं. Where is he born? Is it not? This experience of teaching will not become a samsara to me, will not become a vasana to me, if I do it in this way. And along with this, when you are tuned to Ishvara and Guru, at a higher level, we can see their call. Call in the sense, their guidance. In the sense, they speak through us what to do, what to give up from, effortlessly. To such people of highly tuning, one day the Lord will speak of enough of talking. Oh, yeah, now be with you. He will listen to that voice. It happens effortless. That Ishvara who told me to speak, he only told one day not to speak, stop it. But he must tune to the Lord that much. Otherwise, while the time of speaking, I was speaking because of arrogance. And while the time of withdrawal, am I withdrawing out of laziness? I can't say. दुनिया को सुनना छोड़ोगे तो भगवान सुनाई देते अंदर से. दुनिया को सुनना छोड़ना है और भगवान को कहना बंद करना है. भगवान को मतलब मुझे भगवान से कहना. Stop listening to the world, stop speaking to the God. Then you can listen to the God. It's very beautiful. All Shrutis are listening to God only, no? Then they stopped themselves speaking and stopped listening to the world. The divine voice. Beautiful it is. If you can invoke it. Now, next one. See, interesting sloka. Atmanaha pitruputrabhyam anumeyau bhavapyayau na bhavapya vastunam avijño dvaya lakshmana lakshana. ये तो मजेदार बात है. सी आत्मनः भवाप्ययौ अनुमेयौ. I am also born and dead. This anumeya is from the pratyaksha pramana of one thing. Anumana pramana. What is that? Pitruputrabhyam. When the father is dead and gone, I think I also am going to die. When the child is born, oh, I was also born. This notion comes to us when you see both of them. Atmanaha pitruputrabhyam anumeyau bhavapyayau. And to whom these things? To the deha. Even the one who dead is not father, the body. Father continued. So to the born is not the son, the body is born. That fellow was somewhere else entered into THRU. Because TO and LET. The board was there in that body. To let. He joined in between TO and LET. It became toilet now. He entered into that. The I entered there. He was there also earlier. You know? We go on comparing with the children and say, मैं भी जब भी छोटा लड़का था वगैरह. And also when oldies are dying, we look at them and say, एक दिन ऐसा आएगा मेरा अभी मैं माटी की मल बिक जाऊंगा. In all philosophy we talk and we say, I'm also going to die. You know, these people who talk about the birth and death and use all philosophical sentences, they know something but not the thing. That's why every entertaining speaker is not the speaker of truth. Every information need not be truth. Truth alone is truth. That is why those who speak sentimentally, emotionally, telling about yo ऐसा रहोगे तो दुनिया में कितना बढ़िया रहेगा, ये सब अच्छे हैं लेकिन दुनियादारी की बातें हैं वो, दे आर नॉट फिलोसफी. Other than Vedanta, philosophy, or truth or knowledge or reality, it will not go, it will not liberate you. इसलिए वक्ता जितना भी अच्छा बोल रहा है, सब्जेक्ट क्या है देखना. सब्जेक्ट जितना भी अच्छा है, सत्य है कि नहीं देखना. Is he talking about truth or not? We must know. Somebody is talking about any of science. Why should I take a name? Very entertaining, very informative, and so much it talks. टीवी में जो आर्टिकल्स है वो सब आते हैं ना, डॉक्यूमेंट्रीज एंड ऑल. इट्स सो मच ऑफ इंटरेस्ट, वी लिसन एंड वी गेट ऑल नॉलेज एंड वी बिकम जनरल नॉलेज ओरिएंटेड. बात अच्छी है एंटरटेनमेंट के लिए, बट इज इट रिवीलिंग ट्रुथ टू यू? On the other hand, it is strengthening our reality, our acceptance of world to be real more. बट वो तुरंत बोला नहीं जाता है किसी से, बंदे सुनते भी नहीं, इम्पॉसिबल है, सबको बोलना भी नहीं चाहिए. We are increasing our knowledge about ignorance every day. Is it not? We are adding to the ignorance only by knowing the world more and more. Because world itself is Maya and Mithya, self alone is real. But at the same time, we can't outrightly that way take the final standpoint of Vedanta and reject everything. We have to be practical also. Be aware of the world, how the world is moving on, aware of the systems, what are happening around, what is dharma and adharma. थोड़ा थोड़ा ठीक है, but at the higher level, when we are studying 11th skandha, toward the end we are, and there's a mukti giving skandha, अब उस समय फिर हमको higher बात ही समझना है, पकड़ना है. You should strike balance. It is subjective, it is not taught. It is caught by each individual. No, your age is 40, 30. No, you cannot do this sadhana of withdrawal from everything. We have so many responsibilities to do, goals to be achieved, contributions to be done, loans to be cleared, debts, help to be done, and preparing for the next life. इतना आपको करना है. But your age is 70, no, you have to do this now. No knowledge of the world, because world itself is mithya. Only tattva jnana. Tattva-jnanam, tattva-jnanam, tattva-jnanam. That is the only thing you should do once you cross 60 maximum. Uske baad. Then only it will take 10 years for the removal of atattva from the heart, establishes tattva in the heart. On that you can meditate further. Then the glimpses of experience of the self come. Clear? Now, tarorbija vipakabhyam yo vidvan janma samyayamau tayor vilakshana drashta evam drashta tanoh pruthaku. Now, how important shloka is this, He says, taroho bija vipakabhyam janma samyayamau yaha vidvan tayoho vilakshana drashta evam drashta tanoh pruthaku. You have sown a seed, the sprout came, you protected it, it became a plant. You really protected, added thing, it became a beautiful big tree, whatever. If the fruit yielding or vegetable yielding or phal dene wala. So you know the birth of the tree, growth of the tree, and giving the fruits, and one day it dies also. So you are somebody other than it, na? The one who is seeing the tarus, bija, and vipaka. The tree's birth, tree's death, and in between the modification of tree. You know. So you are knower. You are not a tree. In the same way, drashta evam. Evam tanoho drashta. So too, I am only the drashta of all these things. First learn this. Tree and deha. You know the birth, growth, and death of the tree. You too know the birth and growth and death of the deha. So when it is with the deha, I am a tree, I am only onlooker, I am not the tree. So too with this deha, I am onlooker, I am not the tree. I am not the deha. This practice we have to do for some years. Then only to the inner subtle things called as mind and its modification, we can reject them also, that they are not mine, I am only watching them. Then सबको मिलाकर these three avasthas of Jagra, Sapna, Sushupti coming and going in my presence, I am not those three avasthas. I am amatra, chaturtha, avyavaharya, Prapanchopashamaha Shanta, Shiva Shanta Advaita. That will be known to us. The last mantra, 12th mantra of Mandukya Upanishad. I am the Amatra, I am Chaturtha, I am Avyavahara. In me there is no prapancha of these three words. Shanta hai main, Shivam Advaitam. चतुर्थम मान्यते स आत्मा एंड स विज्ञेय बाबा उसको जानना है. That's the worthy of thing to be experienced. There the knowing is being. This we are studying anyway in Mandukya last Karikas. What is said in the 96, 98 Karikas, 95 to 9900 in Mandukya is this only. The Vigneyaha. Deliberately he only is becoming disciple and asking questions as if to answer him. The Guru Maharaj says Adi Buddha and Adi Shanta and Anutpannaha. These are all to say he is Vigneya doesn't mean he is a Gneya Vastu. It is you. And tomorrow's sloka will be very tough. Ajeshu Ajam Asankrantam. That mantra is very tough for me to explain to you. 96, 97, 98. Nissangam Tena Kirtitam. Very tough they are. Anyway, we are trying our best. So here it is to be known means it is to be experienced as me. So Taru, Bija, Vipaka, you are seeing. All modification of tree starting from the seed, seedling, sprouting, dead. So to the Deha, it death. I am only witness. Practice this for some time. While doing what is to be done to protect Deha, to do use the Deha for whatever the work is to be done. कोई भी औजार इंस्ट्रूमेंट को आप यूज करते हो ना, वैसे ही देह को यूज करो. But maintaining that. Then that strongly held identity with the Deha, which was there from millions of births, in all earlier lives, only occupation was protecting Deha. There's no other job. Maintaining Deha. Oh, इतना strong हो जाते हो हर जन्म का. वो आता है human life में. But human life में possibility is there to detach from body. That you have to practice. Then you are becoming spiritual. Else you are like animal. Every animal thinks it is body. Things also doesn't imagine. By nature it is only body for it. And उसको खाना खिलाओ, उसको naturally जो होते हैं वो करो, बस एक दिन मर जाओ. That's what they think. Other than that, there is no. उसमें thinking में भी नहीं हो. It's natural phenomenon. That comes even in human life. We have to know that in human life we can withdraw from all that by being sakshi and all. So for that this knowledge helps. This is the Drashta Drushya Viveka, Drug Drushya Viveka. In this sloka, Lord Krishna taught us. Now, if you don't do this type of inquiry, keep on identify the modification of upadhi, you will continue to suffer. That's it, the next sloka. Prakrutehe evam atmanam avivichya abuddha puman tattvena sparsha samudaha samsaram pratipadyate. This way, not able to detach from the Prakriti and its modifications, the Jiva goes on entering to samsara. And why he is not able to detach from that sparsha samudaha? Means he is deluded in imagining that there is a sukha in the being as a deha and there is a sukha by giving the conveniences to the deha. Comfort to the deha. That is called as sparsha samudaha. Samsaram pratipadyate. It's so much, it is like the child. When he gets a habit of enjoying something, आप उसको जितना भी समझाओ नहीं समझेगा वो. He is blocked his mind in that. It's impossible for tell a child, वो खिलौना में फंस गया मानो. You tell him कि don't need that बेटा, it will be harmful. सुनेगा नहीं, रोएगा, चिल्लाएगा वगैरह. Then a time comes in his life, he becomes matured, himself becomes matured, and he only kicks the toy. And छोटे भाई को देता है. पहले जिस टॉय के लिए सबसे लड़ता था, वो he only gives it up. So he's grown out of it. But at the time of childness, you can never tell him. So to as long as we don't listen continuously to Vedanta or Shastra, we don't mature to willingly give it up. If you don't listen to Shastra, even if somebody tries to disturb my identity with the Upadhi, I take them as enemies only, like a child. That's the meaning of Sparsha Sammudaha. samsaram pratipadyate. No, I just said literal meaning, but how much each one of us have to contemplate on this, deliberate on this. For how many hours with a calm and quiet mind in a solitude to go into the depths not only of understanding but also of conviction. After the conviction only the commitment comes. Therefore, I will not allow myself to become victimized by my identity with the upadhi. तब जाकर the real sadhana starts. That till that time your enemies of vasanas, prakriti, maya, वो लोग अपने औजार तैयार करके बैठते हैं. When you really start doing, then you will see how they attack you. You understand? The real maja of this Maya has not yet come to us because हम साधना शुरू नहीं किए हैं. Sadhana is after conviction and commitment. Commitment is after conviction. Conviction is when you clearly understand. Understand is when you contemplate, oh, this is what, this is what, this is what. And every level we have to cross. That's why the strength is from Guru, strength is from the God, strength is from surrender to the Guru, from the devotion to the God. Strength is from our own contemplation, study. Strength is from our own little by little discipline learned and independency and detachment gained. ये सब मिलकर उस शक्ति को देते हैं. तब जाकर we will understand, we can practice, we experience. Okay. Then prakruterevamatmanam avivichya abudah puman tatvena sparsha sammudah samsaram pratipadhyate. This is what the question asked by the Uddhavaji in short, but Bhagavan has in answer elaborated it. His question was about how come so many tattvas, 3 hai, 5 hai, 10 hai, 21 hai, 26, how many? He not only gave the answer why everyone is considering according to their opinion as the number of tattvas as this and that. He also said how the Paramatma Swarupa me having become as Jiva by getting identified with the Upadhi is continuing to a samsari, suffering before the life, after the life, even while living in the body. All that analysis Bhagavan gave. If this is the one which is taught first to all the youngsters and students, everybody is Jivan Mukt. अब क्या हो रहा है? The knowledge of worldliness is taught so much. And that is endless. One is exposed only to that, entire life is spent on that. That's all Jivan Bandha knowledge, or you can call it is only the ignorance only. But the Jivan Mukti giving knowledge is nowhere taught. Therefore, the jiva who is came out of bondage because of through bondage means came as a bound path, continue to be in bondage and dying with bondage as is a residue to take to the next life. अब ये सबसे पहले पढ़े होते और समझ लेते, डाइजेस्ट करते और अंदर डिस्कवर करते हैं इस डिटैचमेंट फ्रॉम द उपाधिस. He is a living a liberation. Oh, okay. Why worry about the past? Now you got subject. Shall we try now? एक आध साल इसी बात पे अड़े रहकर इसी को हम करें, अंदर ही बात, बाहर जो होना है तमाशा करो, लिटिल लिटिल डू योर सेल्फ, देन यू विल फील दैट स्टेट ऑफ एक्सपीरियंस ऑफ लिबरेशन विद इन ईयर और टू. टाइम मैं ऐसे बता रहा हूँ प्रयत्न करने के लिए, वैसे तो इस मुक्ति का कितना टाइम लगता नहीं पता. यू नो, बंदा थॉट आई हैव डन सो मच साधना एंड विल लिबरेट. ही डाइड एंड ही वाज फाउंड समवेयर इन यक्षलोक ओनली. क्या हुआ? अबे तूने सोचा लेकिन किया कुछ नहीं. The other fellow said, I have not done any sadhana. I think the 1 lakh lives he will take. Suddenly left the body, he realized. They're all then different calculations. I'm just telling the time is for commitment's sake. Let me thoroughly understand this. देखो भागवत का ये अंश मांडू के उपनिषद का अलात शांति जमकर दोनों पढ़ ले तो फिर हो जाएगा ना अपना कल्याण. See, the best is given, but we are not taking. That's the problem. Like in your own house, the best things are there, but you don't eat them. Best clothes are there, but don't wear them. In TV, the best programs are there to inspire us and educate us. We don't see them. We use only the entertaining, frustrating things we see. Best people are there in the world, but we leave them, our gurus, all of them, and we hold on to only second, third best. इससे हमको बाहर आना है. हर जगह हम गलत कर बैठ रहे हैं, हर जगह ठीक करना है अपने आप को, ठीक करना शुरू करो, उसको अप्लाई करते जाओ। बेस्ट इज टॉट, आफ्टर दिस व्हाट एल्स इज देयर, अल्टीमेट मिल गया, अब उसको करना है। So the simple question with which we leave you today: do you want to continue as a suffering jiva entire life and be born next life also as a jiva? I am samsari. Then don't do anything. जो है चलने दो. Nana Baba, once for all, I want to get out of it. Then set into inquiry, set into contemplation. Then find the position of each of these things which we said in the beginning of class today. Then what is necessary, hold on to. What is not necessary, drop. Only one thing is necessary, aham brahmasmi. All other nonsense. एक रहस्य बताता हूँ, कोई भी चीज ये छोड़ने से मुझे कुछ नुकसान होगा, that imagination is there, no. In fact, that is the thing, when you drop, you will be more happy spiritually, especially with the people. That is the threshold where we have to cross. वो दहेली है जिसको हमें पार करना है. That's the barrier we have to break. You understand? Anything we think is not, I can't live without that. That is the bondage. The feeling itself is bondage. And that is the thing binds you. You just can learn to drop it. Definitely you'll have a dukkha for some time because the notion, later on you will discuss. You will discover inside that what I have done was good. It may take some time. समटाइम्स टू लर्न, मे बी 5 साल भी कभी कभी लगता होगा, बट जरूर पता चलेगा, अच्छा हो गया इस बंदे को छोड़ दिया, अब मैं अपना साधना कर पा रहा हूँ, पर नए में नहीं फंसना फिर. And that's why when the people leave you and go, it is blessing only that you can do your study and sadhana. देखो, you take my own example, मजाक में बता रहा हूँ. 6 classes I am doing because none of you call me, none of you message me, don't even ask I am alive or dead. That is good. It is all good only. It is a grace of God. It's only to be recognized. Already it is grace. You have to recognize and accept it and willingly enjoy it. Again, in another condition also, you take it as also Lord's grace and you do the sadhana which is to be done at that place. Be aware, accept it as grace of God, conduct yourself. So all said and done, the thing is, think, do you want to continue samsari? Continue. You want to become sadhaka and get liberated? Choice is yours. The data is given. Now you have to become thorough about it. Practice it. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Avashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Sri Guru Bhyo Namaha. Krishna Chandra Bhagavana ki jai, Sadgurunath Maharaj ki jai. Right, let us do our Valmiki Ramayana for some time. Hari Om Namo